Wow, check out this place. This has to be the operations room.
Hey, you two. I haven't seen you before, so you mind telling me what business you have in here? My name's Travis, Senior Engineer and Supervisor.
Nice to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. We're here at the request of Professor Russell, so if...
Professor Russell? He's not in trouble again, is he?
Again? You really don't have much faith in him, do you?
No, I mean, I realize that he's a genius. He was the one who developed the Capel unit after all. But even being acquainted with him results in no end of trouble. Tita, on the other hand, is an incredibly sweet girl. Just an all-around good kid.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't think we have time to stand around talking in this case. We need to find where the central factory stores its equipment.
Oh, is that what this is all about? Well, in that case, go right ahead. I'll show you how it works.
Yes, let's learn this wacky number machine.
This cylindrical device is a type of computer. It's called the Capel. These days, they mostly get used to assist in airship navigation. But this one is equipped for the fastest general-purpose data processing in the world. It can be used for anything, from calculating material density to information retrieval.
Ugh, the wonders of modern science. My heart is going aflutter at hearing all this.
Now, for information retrieval, you have to use this front panel to select that node. Oh, mode, not node. No. That will send a signal through the wiring and allow you to access the memory orbment. There's a quartz inside that trains a rapid light pulse on it, you see. Then it simply extracts the data you want. So, I trust you know how it works now?
Yeah, press button and machine says stuff. No sweat. Yep, no sweat. I'm impressed, Estelle. You're way better with modern technology than I am. Okay, so I lied. All that stuff went completely over my head. Okay, I appreciate the honesty of the game here. That's really funny.
Well, here's the setup. You change the mode with this panel. I'm sure you'll figure it out in no time. Go ahead, touch the panel. You should figure out what to do quickly enough.
Oh really? So computers are made for ease of use. So even if you don't know how the actual inner workings work, you can still use the computer. I don't know. I feel like I'm hopelessly clueless. Most people who work with computers I know seem to have a pretty good idea of what the doohickeys inside actually do. I'm just like, you stick the graphics card and that makes pictures, and then the CPU tells you the answers from the hard drive. It's magic. Oh boy, oh, it's a DOS prompt, so that's interesting. This is cute. The Orbital Calculator, Capel System, version 7.0, copyright ZCF, 1197-1202. Mode, information retrieval, memory check, OK. Database accessed, please input search term. Central Factory, ooh. Could we learn, like, random stuff here? Establishment? 1154. Death of Professor C. Epstein in the sovereign state of Lehman. Oh no! They name-dropped him as the co-creator, I think? 1155. Professor A. Russell returns to the Liberal Kingdom. He proposes the spread of orbment technology to a chilly reception. Alright, 2 years later, 57. Professor Russell forms a partnership with the Zeiss Clockmakers Union. Together, they established the Zeiss Engineering Factory, later renamed the Central Factory. Okay, so it was the ZEF, now it's the ZCF. 3 years later, 1160, Edgar III, after an inspection of the factory, donates a large amount of money to further his research. Professor Russell becomes the first factory chief. 2 years later, 1162, Edgar III dies and Alicia II assumes the throne. So, hey, we're learning even stuff that, more lore than just this factory. That's kind of cool. 1164, that's 2 years later. Construction is completed on the Longland Bridge. 2 years later, 1168. No, 4 years later, sorry, 1168. The first orbital-powered airship, the Calatrava, is completed. 39 failed test flights before success was achieved. Yeah, you gotta fail before you succeed, so I'm not gonna throw shade at that. 5 years later, 1173, the Zeiss Engineering Factory is renamed Zeiss Central Factory and begins sharing technology with the Verne Company and Reinford Company. And 2 years later, the Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation, or LOC, is established, and the transit commuter airship, the Lind, is commissioned. Wow, so the Lind's like a really original generation airship. Remember, we were hunting around for that. That was the one that was hijacked by the bandits. Wow. 2 years later, 1177, transit commuter airship the Cecilia is commissioned. 1178, factory airship the Leibniz is completed. 1180, 2 years later, the Zeiss Central Factory is dismantled and reconstructed at its current site. The partially underground factory in the Chaldea Hills is completed. So it wasn't here originally. Curious. Oh no, what year now? Like 2 years later? Yeah, 2 years later. Professor Russell resigns from his position as factory chief and is succeeded by Murdoch. 3 years later, 85. Natural Science and Medical Research Divisions are founded. And 2 more years later, the passenger ship Eterna sinks in Calvard waters. Crown Prince Judas dies. This doesn't have anything to do with orbital stuff, but okay. 1190, the Orbital Network, that's 3 years later. The Orbital Network, a joint venture with the Epstein Foundation, is publicly announced. Then 1192, outbreak of the 100 Days War. The Central Factory is taken by the Erebonian army. Oh wow! They got all the way here. Professor Russell develops patrol airships at Leiston Fortress, which are used to mount a highly effective counteroffensive and soon become central to the Royal Army. Right, we read like a book about the history of the war, and I believe this was central to the victory, was this jump in tech. 1193. Liberal and Erebonia sign a peace accord. Orbment exports to the Erebonian Empire resume. Well, that was very quick then, huh? 1197. Version 1.0 of the Capelle orbital computer is completed. 1199. Development commences on the high-speed cruiser, the Arsail. And at 1202, the Arsail is completed and flight tests commence. So that's, yeah, okay, so it's about 50 years later. It's been 50 years, this horrible orbital business going on here. I don't quite remember. Oh, 1154 to 1202, yeah, 48 years. Oh boy, okay. There we go. Yeah, just wanted to check the dates. 1154 to 1202. Oh, I don't remember what exact year this is, but we must be close to 1202 since the Arsail is completed, is mentioned here. So, yeah, we can say 50 years it's been of orbital mania. Oh man, there's a lot to learn here. I don't think we can go through all of this. Sorry, everybody. This is lore, but like, okay, now I gotta put a button to all of this. Right. Yeah, we can learn here some quick stuff. Oh, interesting. Orbital energy regenerates. That's certainly interesting, huh? Crystal circuits. Yeah, I'm just gonna skim through these. Sorry, we can't do this now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, okay. That's what you make out of Sepith. And yeah, Septium you find on the continent. They were really fancy, but then it turns out you can use them to make quartz and orbments and stuff. Airships, orbital ships. Right, yeah, flight is such a fancy thing to do. Like freaking Leonardo da Vinci was already like, you know what'd be awesome if we could fly? So yeah, this makes sense. Oh, interesting. Orbital ships less than 20 ARG in length are simply called airships. I guess they're orbital ships if they're bigger. Like, I don't know. Orbital weaponry. Only for firearms or cannons. You can't make, I don't know, vibro blades, I guess. Right. And yeah, can fire more rounds than traditional gunpowder arms. Less recoil than gunpowder using cannons, huh? Maybe that's how Tita can use a giant cannon, you know? Wow, they're trying to actually explain why. Kind of cool. And tactical orbments. That's what we're using. We cast spells and stuff. Oi, oi, oi. Cool. The resonance phenomenon. Ooh, interesting. So, could you, like, use magic if you, like, spent years of studying it, but with Orbital Arts you can just slot it in and anybody can use it? Is kind of what it sounds like. But that's interesting lore. I'm glad I did look these up. Okay. So, yeah, you can learn magic the old-fashioned way, if I'm reading this correctly. Interesting. Related topics. Combustion engine, a machine which generates usable energy by burning fuel within. Less efficient than its orbital counterpart due to issues with gaseous exhaust and noise pollution. Yes, of course, noise pollution, that's the problem. Well, they did call out gaseous exhaust, so yeah, I guess that's good. They didn't elaborate on what the actual problem of gaseous exhaust is, but Maintenance Chief Gustav has one, okay. Gasoline. A liquid derived from the purification of the naturally occurring hydrocarbon compound known as petroleum. Used primarily as fuel for combustion engines and as an industrial solvent. There's 20 mid-sized tanks in the emergency stores. Republic manufactured, so Calvard then, I guess. The repository is Orbment Manufacturing Factory. I don't know where either of these places are, but yes, we gotta find Gustav and the factory. Okay. I see, emergency stores, so I guess, yeah, if something really bad happened to orbments, like say a Black Orbment showed up and shut everything down, yeah, this would be for emergency use. I get it. Orbital haulage vehicle. Any wheeled vehicle powered by orbital energy, widely considered uncomfortable to ride and very limited in speed, primarily used for transporting cargo. Oh. Apparently, yeah, the underground factory entrance has one. We might need that depending on how heavy the engine and the gasoline is, so... Alright.
Looks like you found what you were looking for.
Wow. It's like a magic box or something. Orbital computers are really something.
As I understand it, Professor Russell's teacher, Professor Epstein, was responsible for the original concept. But it was Professor Russell's talent that made an idea into reality. If only his presence of mind were on par with his intelligence.
Well, Eidos isn't one to bestow two blessings on one person. By the way, where can we find the guy who has one of those combustion engine thingies? The maintenance chief, right? Where is he?
He's currently overseeing the airfield, so you would have to go there to speak to him. Also, the gasoline is likely in Orbment Manufacturing, in the basement. Talk to the staff there. I'm sure they'll be happy to get it for you.
Maintenance Chief Gustav is down at the airfield working on a combustion engine, and the gasoline is in the basement Orbment Manufacturing facility. Thanks, you've been a big help.
Think nothing of it. Let me know if you need anything else.
Alright. Yeah, I was thinking the manufacturing is probably downstairs, but the chief I wouldn't have had any good idea of where to find him, so that would have been a snipe hunt as it is. So let's go to the basement then. That's the first stop. That's the closest one we can get to, so... No, that leads... I think that's where we get to, back to Rouen. Here's this factory. Alright.
What kind of guy is he? I tried asking your friends, but they didn't tell me much. I can't concentrate.
Okay. Excuse me? What's that? May I help you? Estelle and Joshua explained the task set to them by Professor Russell. You need gasoline? I think we have a tank of it back in storage somewhere. I'll check for you. Faye used the intercom. This is Faye. Got a request down here. We still have that tank of Calvard gasoline there in the warehouse, right? So is the implication that Calvard uses combustion engines then, rather than orbital stuff? In which case, that probably is a stinky place then. Unfortunate. Can you send some down? Yeah, enough to carry. Thanks. They're sending some for you right now. Sending? Oh shit, conveyor belts, dude. Holy! There we are. Nice. Classic jerry can. Exactly what I was hoping for. Is this gasoline? So that's what sending is. Neat, isn't it? This conveyor belt system isn't just for ordering goods. It's an entire network that connects the whole facility. Convenient. Professor Russell invented it. Originally, it was just a series of tubes for sending products back and forth. A series of tubes, some kind of interconnected network, an internet, if you will. But the professor completely rebuilt the system into something a lot more useful. Of course, getting all of the infrastructure in place was a gigantic pain in the... I can only imagine. We have to be on our way. Thank you for your help. No problem. I don't know what you're using it for, but be careful with that gasoline. It has a tendency to, fireball. Alright. Let's get that gasoline tank. Should we take this straight to the professor? Or should we go hit up Gustav for the engine as well? I guess we could drop by the workshop real quickly. Sorry, everybody. Who are you? With the gasoline. Oh, no. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, fine. Never mind. I thought we might be able to drop this off, but nah, we gotta get both items. Fair. So, yeah. I think the newest Trails, Kuro no Kiseki, which I'm not sure how it's going to be localized. Trails of the Black, I guess, would be the translation. Trails in the Black, I don't know. I think that's supposed to be set in Calvard, if I read correctly. It's like Zero and Azure are... I don't remember where those are. And then Cold Steel is set in Erebonian Empire, which sounds interesting, because they're kinda not that bad guys. They don't really bring up too much animosity in this game. Oops, I went the wrong way. Oh no. The airship dock was over there. Whoopsie. And then I think, yeah, it's Calvard is where this new one is what I've read. So, yeah, I'm curious, like, if anyone has already played Kuro no Kiseki. Like, are there, like, a bunch of combustion engines in that setting, as they're implying here a little bit? Or is it, has the orbital revolution taken over there as well? Oh, nice, talking to this person was the right move. Hi, need a flight? The westbound airship just departed a few moments ago. No, thank you. We don't need an airship right now. Actually, we need to talk to, Gustav, was it? You mean the maintenance chief? He is not here at the moment. What do you mean, not here? He went to Leiston Fortress 2 or 3 days ago. Some kind of repair emergency on a military patrol ship. Leiston Fortress? As in the largest base in the Royal Army, out by Lake Valyria? Up in the north part of Zeiss? Wonderful. You won't be coming back from there anytime soon. So what do we do about the professor's request? I don't know anything about that, but the chief is actually on his way back. He just sent word to us. Oh, could it be that lucky? Oh, hey, airship! Speak of the devil. Wow, well, I thought we were actually going to have to go to the fortress ourselves, so wow. This actually turned out mega bongo lucky. I was like, okay, that's the obvious way to, like, continue this chapter, have an adventure, is go to the fortress, have crazy hijinks on the way there, but never mind. An orange airship. Hold the phone. Since when are public airships orange? Hold the phone, why is this a big deal? No, that doesn't look like a regular public airship. Like, why wouldn't you paint an airship orange? That's a weird thing to get caught up on. Anyway, that animation was lovely. I never get sick watching these animations of these airships. They're very, very cute. The shape is wrong, and it's got work arms all over it. Now that you mention it, that's a central factory vessel, the Leibniz. Oh, hey, we read about that. That was the third one finished, after the Lind and the Cecilia. It's the same model as the public transports, but it's had several modifications. It's used for large-scale maintenance and transport. Huh, a flying factory. Then the maintenance chief is on that airship? That's right. Now's your chance. You need to talk with him, no? We do. Thanks a lot. Yes, thank you. Alright, we're at typical episode end time, but gonna go a little long because we had a lot of lore reading today. The newspaper and the computer's data entry, so we're gonna make a little longer to make up for that. I am gonna take, this has become a habit on my videos lately. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm feeling extra vocal cords worn out, so I'm gonna take a quick drink. Sorry, everybody. Blech. Otherwise, this really isn't gonna work out if I can't wet my whistle real quickly. Alright, let's go. Oh, wow, the guy gets a portrait, too.
What do you want? The Leibniz has a mountain of parts stored in her. It's dangerous, so stand clear.
Actually, we're looking for someone. Isn't there a maintenance chief by the name of Gustav on this ship?
What do you want with me?
Oh, well, that's convenient. Estelle explained that Professor Russell had asked him to find and borrow a combustion engine.
Ah, you're running errands for Russell, are you? But a combustion engine, huh? Well, you've got good timing. I'll give you that.
Huh?
Hang on a second.
Oh no, I think he meant you got good timing, I'll give you that, not I'll give you that, the combustion engine. Does he actually have one packed onto this ship? Looks like it. Now hold on, now I'm very confused though. Like, combustion engine, I think of like a car engine. So like, what the heck? How are we how are we handling it? Like a car engine weighs so much.
Here you go. It's a heavy beast though, so be careful.
Received. I don't know what the logistics of this is. He just hands over a huge V8 to us and like, here you go. Oh, thank you. I'm reminded of this like very like blink and you miss it scene in the first Walking Dead season by Telltale Games. There's the one like parkour lady is one of the characters. She's like good at like urban like moving around, and at one point she just kind of stuffs a car battery in her backpack and then just keeps like parkouring and climbing buildings like no problem, which I think is really funny because car batteries are really freaking heavy. It's just really funny to me that like no problem, she just sticks one in a backpack and just runs off. As this kind of always, yeah, well, not always like been on my mind, that's silly, but like this reminds me of that similar kind of situation. Yow! You weren't kidding! But we can still manage to carry it.
Yeah, you got some spirit for you, for such a young girl. I like it.
Thanks.
It's a pretty interesting little coincidence. That old fart wants this thing right after I got it back from the military.
Huh? From the military?
Yeah. This thing was on loan to them for a little while. They were using it for some kind of research. As a matter of fact, I only just got it back today.
Huh. Lucky for us. What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Now that we've got what we need, why don't we take it back to the professor? Sure thing. Thank you, Mr. Maintenance Chief.
Sure. Give my regards to the old man.
Huh, well that worked out super easy as well.
What a funny coincidence. We just get the combustion engine back from the army and now the professor's taking it. Well, it does just sit around in storage otherwise.
Yeah, a lot of use out of this outdated technology. Like, really, I don't know why the story would... You know, I was, like, saying, like, I'd be worried if the story was like, let's move to combustion energy. You know, I don't know why the story would go there, because, you know, orbal energy is, like, super good vibes, idealistic magic energy source. I guess we could have, like, some crazy, like, twist about how it's actually destroying the world somehow. You know, kind of Tales of Vesperia in that sense. But I still think, like, and then the answer is we need to move to gasoline and fossil fuels. I think I would feel kind of not great about that. And actually, that reminds me of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I swear there's a moment where Barrett talks about how they're trying to find oil to provide power now that Mako energy is out of the picture. And that's always also, like, been, like, in my mind, like, wow, that's a bad lesson. I've heard it explained that, you know, it's because, you know, Barrett... Well, actually, I don't know if I want to talk too much, because there's be spoilers for Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, you know, people haven't necessarily played all the parts. And also my own playthrough. I don't know if I want to get into this, never mind. But yeah, like maybe Barrett is, like, very people-oriented, I guess I'll say. So it wouldn't be terribly out of character for him to be like, let's go for oil, baby. Anyway, yeah, this might be a huge cutscene, but fuck it, here we are, let's go. We're back! And we've brought what you asked for. Excellent! Oh, thank you! Handed over the combustion engine and the gasoline tank.
You weren't kidding about how heavy this thing is.
Yes, your brute strength was most useful, girl. Perfect timing, too, as I've just finished preparing the tools.
Brute strength, girl. I'll take that as a compliment.
All that's left is to set up the engine and put gas in it. If you'll go and put on the finishing touches, Tita.
Yes, sir.
And it's all set.
Wow, this thing is really clunky looking. It is a huge, like, V8 engine. Well, not V8, but, you know, it's got the pistons, it's got... How did... Estelle just... Did she just freaking... Did she strap it to her back? Did she just carry it like a pizza plate? With, like, an arm extended to the side? That's amazing. Are all of these engines like this?
Yeah. It converts the energy given by the burning gas to power the tools.
So this way they don't need orbal energy. Indeed. Now let's not dawdle. Let me flip the switch. And click.
Jeez. This thing sure makes a racket. I wish the pistons were moving. Or no, those aren't pistons. Those are like exhaust ports, aren't they? But it's got like pistons on the top, right? Those accordion-looking things? Ah, what do I know?
It's definitely a lot louder than orbal engines.
Oh, I like that the speech bubble is like jittering there.
That's one of its drawbacks, yes. But I doubt we need to fear activating the Black Orbments this way. Let's get started.
Ooh. Tita's like, I like the heavy machinery energy going on here. Whoa!
That's some serious spark edge. Okay, shut it down for now. We've seen how much physical punishment it can take, and how much punishment our ears can take as well.
Estelle and the others crowded around to get a closer look. A tiny scratch is faintly visible. That's it?
That's incredible! And with the special alloy saw, too!
Whatever it's made of, it's tougher than anything I've ever seen. But if we keep at it, I believe this would work.
We're just gonna have to replace a lot of saw blades, apparently. This is insane.
We're going to go through quite a few saw blades, though.
I don't know why I open my mouth so early sometimes, and I just end up preempting the game when it says the exact thing I'm thinking. Oh, bother. That's really funny. So it's gonna be a real test of patience, then.
Hey, Professor, can I talk to you for a second? Oh, have you already finished the modifications?
Of course I have.
Remember who you're talking to.
Anyway, what is it? Is something wrong?
I just received a message from the hotel in Elmo for you. The orbital-powered pump that supplies the hot water for their spa has broken down. Since they can't make any money like this, they'd like for you to come and try to fix it.
Ah, you must be kidding! Damn it! Of all the times for this to happen.
If you're that busy, why don't you send another engineer over?
No! That pile of junk is at least 40 years old. The younger techs have no idea what to do with anything that's not state of the art. Oh, what a pain in the...
Grandpa, maybe I could go over and do the repairs, you think?
Oh?
Tina?
You took me there to help with the maintenance before. I think I'll be fine if I just go.
I'm sure you do a fine job on the repairs. That's not what concerns me.
Agreed. There are monsters out on the roads.
Oh, but we can't just leave Mr. Mao like this.
If that's the problem, why don't you let us handle this?
Huh?
It's a bracer's duty to ensure the safety of Liberal's roadways. Therefore, seeing that Tina arrives at her destination safely is our responsibility.
Well, that's another story. If you're all with her, then we don't need to worry.
All right then. Thank you.
Are you sure this is okay?
Don't worry about it. Kids shouldn't sweat the details so much.
If you're ready, then let's go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both. Okay, Grandpa and Mr. Murdoch. We'll be back soon.
Take care, dear.
Be careful out there.
Nice. So that's the next story. Got it. This reminds me, that's how Ruan kind of went. You know, we were doing main quest, then we kind of got shut out, and then we did the Genus stuff. And that turned out to be kind of involved with the main quest. It actually wasn't super involved in the main quest. It just happenstance led to the matron being kidnapped stuff. Not kidnapped, beat up, and the money stolen. Right, yeah, so we're not going to Leiston Fortress. I really thought that's where it was going to be. But we're going to Elmo to fix the pump. Okay, that's fine with me. And, yeah, should be good vibes. But I think now is a great time to call it. And I also realized, oh man, and now I know why my voice is so strained. I think the freaking voice...
The cookie inventor voice I decided to give the professor
is not the best choice, apparently. It's a little straining on the old vocal cords. Oh well, I'm pot committed now, so there we go. But we hit another cutscene. I didn't realize. I thought we'd be good. But okay, sure. It actually makes sense to have a little bit of talking before we head off, so yeah. Alright, fine, we'll do this, and then we close the episode. So, Elmo. Sounds kind of fun. There's a hot spring there, right?
Right. It's a real nice place. My grandpa's taken me there a few times.
Well then, let's set out. Just go out the south entrance, right?
Right. Then just follow along the south road to get there.
Okay, let's get going. Actually, you know what I could actually do? I don't think we're going to be hit with any more cutscenes now. Let's go check out the bulletin board at the Bracer Guild. This feels like one of those exact moments where you're hit with some new quests, yeah? So let's pick those up, and then we're going to be doing those next time, before we pack our bags and return to Elmo. Oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. Sure enough, there's a few quests to do. Well, that's good. We'll get to a little bit reacquainted with how Tita plays. We only had her for like 1 or 2 fights back in the caves, so this is good stuff. So, tester for new sneaker model. Ah, if only we could find someone who really likes sneakers, huh? Okay. Lab 4th floor, got it. All testers get a free pair of shoes. Oh yeah, Estelle is like on it. Haulage vehicle search. Aha, haulage vehicle headed to the Wolf Fort hasn't arrived yet. Huh. So, probably means one of those, like, little trucks that we've seen. Okay. Powerful ingredient to be used in the new menu items currently under consideration at the Forjul bar. We gotta visit this Ben guy to talk about them. I am extremely busy, however, so please do not seek me out for details or clarification. What? Oh, this sounds like a problem. I think we're gonna have to go there anyway. Oh no. Smokers' Revolt. Someone has filched some cigarettes that were being stored in a cabinet in the clinic. That's a really weird quest.
It appears that someone has filched some cigarettes that were being stored in a cabinet in the clinic.
And finally, we gotta fight a monster. Mercury Viper. Ooh, the Ritter Roadway. Huh. There's not a lot of roads, so I'm gonna assume it's somewhere westwards, I guess. Or maybe it's that one that goes to Wolf Fort. We'll have to pay attention to the names. Alright, well that's a lot on our plate, so we're not going to Elmo for a while. But as you may have surmised... There's Ritter Roadway. I'm rather fond of even the side quests in this game, so I've kind of decided I'm also kind of pot committed to doing as many side quests as I can, so I think we will be spending a little time digging around and figuring out what all these nonsense assignments are. The cigarette one sounds especially funny. And we'll see how we fare against the Mercury Viper. Oh, are you getting sick from the spinning effect? Okay, then I'll stop. And I'll also stop the recording. We're done for today. Hooray! Next time, all of that stuff you just read. Look forward to it. Bye-bye!